guys, welcome back to Soul Shala and welcome to today's Feeling into the Feminine. This is going to be a very deeply feminine yin practice. For those of you who may not know, yin is actually one of the most feminine expressions of our asana, our yoga practice. And so this practice in particular is going to be a yin class that really tries to deeply inspire your feminine energy from within. We're going to be finding that fluidity, but also stillness, lightness, softness, surrender, and also creating this time for you to intuitively feel what feels good within the body, what feels good within the mind. So when you are ready, maybe you want a cup of tea for this practice, maybe you also might want a bolster or some kind of pillow to support you throughout this practice. The idea of the feminine is very much about leaning on to support and accepting support. So that may actually be really conducive to this practice. And then when you are ready, come and meet me on your mat and we will begin. So we are going to start on our backs today. If you do have any kind of prop that you're using, just laying it out long ways, using it as a support for the back. And then allowing yourself to gently recline onto whatever that support is, creating a really gentle heart opener here. And as you arrive, the knees can stay bent if that feels good, or you can extend them out long or even bring them into butterfly. For me today, I'm going to take the knees wide, the feet wide, and allow the knees to knock together. And as I arrive, closing down the eyes, allowing the palms to face upwards. Allowing your next breath to be the deepest breath you've taken all day, filling up the entire body. As you exhale, sigh it out through the mouth, let it all go. Allowing the breath to return back to the soft inhales and exhales through the nose. And as you arrive in these first few moments of the practice, I want you to begin to tune into the energy body here. Noticing that whilst the physical body has settled on the mat, it's here fully. Where is your emotional body? How are you feeling? Is your mind currently somewhere else? Imagining you could just call it in to arrive here with you. And then tuning into the energetic body. Imagining you could call all of your energy back home onto your mat. As you call it home, there is nothing you need to do with it other than let it be. This connection to our more feminine energy really starts by this ability to simply be and exist. Noticing how with each exhale you can begin to really melt down and soften. And then allowing your awareness to come to the heart chakra, the heart space. Taking these first few moments of the practice to almost open up this space with the breath. Each inhale filling up the heart space. Each exhale, can you soften into this heart space? Allow the body to feel light as you exhale into the space. This heart space energy is so deeply connected to our feminines. We're almost calling it in at the beginning of this practice. Maybe you're feeling intuitively drawn to calling in the energy of your sacral chakra as well. If that's the case, just repeating those breaths into that sacral chakra space. Calling in all of the slightly more feminine chakras into this practice. And then allowing yourself to decide, maybe both hands come to that sacral space or to the heart center. And taking a moment to set an intention for our practice today. Maybe you're sharing the intention of allowing this energy of the feminine to resonate within the body, to fill our energy. Taking a deep collective breath, fill the body up. Exhale, let it go. From here, reaching the arms up, keeping the eyes closed. Just noticing if the body wants any wiggles, maybe the knees want to rock. Really enjoying this full body stretch. I want you to feel what feels good in these first few moments. Continuing to stretch, maybe you circle the wrists and rock the knees. And then when you feel ready, rolling onto the left side of the body and pausing here. The left side of our body is our more yin side, our more feminine side. So as you find yourself here, can you call in the energy of the feminine? This softness, this ease, this magnetism rather than force and push. From here, when you feel ready, just moving the prop, just moving any props out from behind you, gently pushing them towards the back of the mat. The body stays where it is, the arms come out into a T shape, gazing over towards the right side, finding this deeply gentle supine twist. Well done. Noticing here if the body can soften and really begin to melt. When it comes to creating this first bit of connection to our feminine energy, truly nothing can be done until we surrender. The fight, the push, the force, this is all very masculine. And whilst it is beautiful and it has its place, when we're wanting to work with our more feminine energy, we're wanting to embody more of the divine feminine, we must first learn how to surrender to our softness and vulnerability. So notice here if there's any resistance to softening and letting go. Simply observing it without any judgment. Noticing with each breath if you can really soften even deeper. And then when you feel ready, as gentle and small of a movement as possible, both knees are going over to the right. The gaze is coming over to the left. As you arrive, just allowing yourself to melt. So often as we move through life, we're pushing, striving towards our next best thing, our next version of reality. We're so busy looking forwards that we forget to look around us in the moment. We lose the value of becoming present, of using the gifts that we've already innately been given. So just noticing here if you can begin to call in a little bit more of that presence. Maybe you're present with the breath at the heart space. Maybe you're noticing a gentle vibration at the fingertips. Maybe you're deeply rooted to Mother Earth and the mat beneath you. As you inhale, gently bringing the knees into center, little rock from side to side. Hands come to the top of the knees, guiding the knees in circles open. Really breathing into the hip space. The sacral chakra is very deeply feminine as well, so just allowing this little bit of movement and breath to enter here. Changing direction with the knees. Well done. And then when you feel ready, a little rock, making your way up to seated. As you arrive in seated, allowing the hands to come onto the knees, beginning to move into some gentle cat-cows, rounding the back, tucking the chin. Inhale, lift the chest, allowing the eyes to close. The exhales round you back. The inhales lift the chest. Well done. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Continuing with this really soft and gentle movement. And just noticing if intuitively this movement is wanting to become something else. Maybe you're taking circles of the hips. Maybe you're rounding and curling and rocking. Noticing if intuitively the body is asking for something. I'm really not worrying about what it looks like. So often as women we become so deeply disconnected from the body, from moving intuitively, especially through the hips and through the shoulders. So as you're here, can you really just allow yourself to find this intuitive movement without any judgment or preconception? 2 more breaths here. Well done. And then allowing yourself to arrive back at center. From here, we're placing the left hand onto the right knee. Start to reach the right arm up and over for a side bend, allowing the left elbow to really rest on the legs. Remember, if being cross-legged isn't comfortable for you, you're more than welcome to find another expression of your seat. And just allowing everything to soften into the side bend. Well done. Deep inhale. And exhale. And the shoulders and fingers soften. Deep breath in and out. On your next exhale, rolling forwards, sweep the right hand forwards. Maybe the fingertips touch the ground. We're twisting towards the right side. So left hand, right knee. Right hand comes behind you, creating this twist. Beautiful, well done. Allowing the shoulders to soften, the eyes to close. And then from here, coming back to center, we're swapping sides. Right hand comes onto the left leg. Start to reach the left arm up and over. Right elbow comes down onto the thigh. And starting just to tune into the breath. Letting everything soften. Beautiful, well done. Deep inhales and exhales. From here, sweeping the fingertips around, creating your supine twist towards the left side, creating your seated twist towards the next side. Resisting the urge to really tug and pull on the body. Simply allowing gravity to do the work. Within life, we always have two options of how we approach situations. The masculine is to push and pull, to create and manipulate, which isn't always bad. But the feminine is to allow things to fall into place, to trust, to intuitively know. Usually both will get you to a very similar destination, but one carries ease, carries space and rest. One is a little bit more relentless, a little bit more immalleable. These lessons of the feminine create this ease towards the things we desire. As you exhale, coming back to center, start to bring the soles of the feet together, creating a butterfly pose. We're taking this quite close to the body today. So really noticing if you need any props underneath the knees, you could place a book or you could fold up a cushion, allowing the hands to come onto the feet and just gently guide them open like a book. And from here, I just want you to begin to gently massage the feet, to give them a little bit of love. Well done. And then when you feel ready, the back can round, we're folding forwards. And maybe you continue with that little bit of a foot massage here, treating it as a deep act of self-love. Simply allowing that little bit of movement through the thumbs, lets the shoulders, the jaw soften. May also be just that little bit of therapeutic self-touch that you need. Allowing the breath to begin to move really softly. The head becomes heavy. One of the deepest themes that resonates when healing and connecting with your feminine energy and feeling into the feminine is this concept of self-love, of self-acceptance. Given the world we live in today, we spend a lot of our time fighting against the feminine, wanting to be more productive, wanting to push, wanting to feel the same every day, denying ourselves acknowledgement of cycles, of seasons of life, resisting ebbs and flows. However, when we begin to feel into the feminine and understand her power, the seasons she goes through, the ebb and flow that is natural within Mother Nature. So at this stage we can begin to create a little bit more self-love and compassion. So as you're here in this space, can you breathe that compassion into the body? Filling the spaces that might feel tight or stiff. And can you notice yourself melting even deeper? Allowing the lips to soften even more, melting into these last few breaths here. The hips are a deeply feminine space connected with the sacral chakra. The sacral chakra governs all of our creativity, our sensuality. When we find this disconnect to our feminine, we often disconnect to this space as well. But as we begin to find self-love, to listen to our inner cycle, this connection to this space, the tension we might hold in this space can begin to release. When you're ready, slowly rising back up, placing the hands on the outsides of the knees, gently guiding them together. From here, little rock of those knees from side to side, releasing and just closing down the eyes. I want you to stay really present in the body during this counter pose. And from here, hugging the knees together, wrapping the arms around the legs, just giving the body a little hug, allowing the inhale to fill the body with a little bit of self-love and compassion. The exhale to soften everything down. Well done. From here, allowing the left knee to come in, the right leg extends out. Allowing the foot to really soften and reaching the arms up. Little twist here. Start to fold over. Now if you need blocks or any props underneath the arms, please feel free. Maybe you want to rest the arms onto the leg. That's also really supportive. Allowing the head to become heavy. Just finding the breath here. Noticing here how your energy may be beginning to shift. Are you becoming more present? Can you feel tension beginning to release? From not just the physical body, but maybe the energetic body as well. Can you feel the breath gently moving through and softening everything? Resisting the urge to reach or pull on the body, and just allowing gravity to do the work. This is our feminine of allowing, of surrendering, of understanding that we don't need to push towards things for them to happen. Because when we allow our intention to lead, the universe around us will respond. As you inhale, slowly rising up. Placing the left hand behind the left hip, sweeping the right arm up, finding a stargazer's pose, filling up the side body. Then as you exhale, place the right hand down to the front of the mat and start to wiggle your way in to a pigeon pose. You're probably facing towards the opposite side of your mat. That's absolutely fine. And when you're ready, little rocks as needed and start to really melt into this swan or pigeon pose, whatever you know it as. Allowing the head to become heavy. Maybe you want to take that bolster underneath you here. Maybe you want to come to the forehead, yogi's choice. Beautiful, well done. If you need little micro rocks from side to side and you find this helps you move deeper, that's okay. Take these little shifts and rocks. Sometimes the feminine needs this fluidity to really soften. Well done. Beautiful. And from here, when you are ready, slowly making your way back up onto the hands, sitting onto the hip, making your way back to that middle of the mat, twist swapping sides. So right foot comes in, left leg extends, softening that left foot. As you inhale, reach the arms up, floating them up, little twist, cascading over that left leg. Supporting yourself however you need here, so whether it be props, the leg, just allowing yourself to come into this. You might even be on your hands, and that's okay. And as you arrive, noticing any tension in the body, and arriving with it in the more of the divine feminine. Can you melt it and soften it? Can you acknowledge it? Can you trust with each breath it's gently releasing? I don't need to move and do. My stillness is even more powerful. As you inhale, slowly rising up, right hand behind right hip, Inhale, sweeping up and over, stargazer's pose. As you exhale, place the left hand down, wiggle your way into a pigeon pose. Beautiful. Lifting the chest as you arrive, and then slowly settling, reaching for any props as needed. And as you arrive, maybe you're already leaning into those little micro rocks. Noticing if there are any areas in the body holding on to any tension. Is the jaw resisting? Are the fingers clenching? Can you begin to really surrender rather than fight the practice? The Divine Feminine knows her power lies in her ability to be fluid, to let go, to surrender and start again. So can you begin to feel into this? Notice the sensation and surrender to it deeper. And as you inhale, slowly rising up, sitting onto the right hip, swinging the leg around. We're making our way onto the back of our body. So hugging the knees into the chest, taking a little rock from side to side. Any last little movements you need to feel into here, please do. And then when you feel ready, we're releasing into our final resting pose, Savasana. Taking whatever props you might need, allowing the legs to extend. And as you arrive, just closing down the eyes. Start to find the soft flow of the breath. Like a gentle, soft wave of energy flowing over the body and washing away from the body with each exhale. And allowing these waves of breath to guide you towards the third eye, the space between your eyebrows. This space is one that is deeply feminine. As women, we are more connected to our intuition. So as you find this space, can you almost imagine you're diving inwards? Maybe you're swimming through a deep purple blue light. Surrendering to wherever it is your intuition is guiding you. Maybe you're seeing colors. Maybe there's guidance coming to you. Allowing yourself to feel complete and connected here. Story within yoga philosophy that I've carried with me throughout this journey has been one where a child was asked, which is stronger, the rock or the water? The rock being a representation of the divine masculine, strong, firm, stable. The water being divinely feminine, fluid, emotive, ever-changing, flowing, and cyclical. The moment the child answered the rock, it seemed the obvious answer. It's when the elder turned to him and told him that was in fact not the case. Because through the flexibility, the fluidity of the water, the feminine, through her patience, the water could chip away at the rock, could begin to really erode it, to remove it as an obstacle. We see this happen along so many coastlines as well. The moral of the story is that whilst the feminine has a soft strength, it moves slowly, the power is so much deeper, so much stronger than our masculine. So taking these last few moments of your practice to feel this deep connection to your innately feminine energy. Now you are more than welcome to stay here for as long as you need. Or if you're feeling ready, you can begin to gently make your way up to a comfortable seat, rolling onto the side of the body. As you arrive, just taking a deep breath, feel the body soften. Then reaching the arms up, the palms come to touch. Thumbs to forehead center for kindness in your thoughts. Thumbs to the lips for kindness in your words. And thumbs come to heart center for kindness in your heart. Bowing forwards, namaste. Before we finish, I decided to pull a card for our energy within this class. It's a goddess card that really is giving you some guidance to help you embody your feminine energy, and the goddess that came through for us as a collective within this class is Hecate, which is actually one of my favorite goddesses. She is the goddess of solitude. She's also the goddess of magic, which is why I love her, the deeply feminine and intuitive magic. But in this one in particular, she is really coming to tell you that not everything needs to be done right now. Embrace the slower pace of the feminine. Can you give yourself space to really feel into who you are and become that fully? Knowing that when you can really begin to tune into that, when you can find the magic within you, it's at this stage that you can really step forward into what we know as the divine feminine and your expression of the divine feminine. So with that being said, I really, really hope you enjoyed this class. It's definitely one of my favorite classes to teach around. If you did, please do let me know. Comment below, let me know, send it along to anyone else who may enjoy it. And I will see you in our next class here on Soul Shadow. Bye guys.